right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Dusty Trails and Drone Tales. Today we're at the Goshen Snowmobile Club, and we're about to do a run out to Alma, some new trails for us. And I'm also proud to say that this is going to be the video where we do our first contest giveaway. So at some point in the video, I will insert a keyword at random, and you will need to jot that down, and the details of what the contest giveaway is and how to enter will be all done at the end. So without further ado, let's get on with the show and get unloaded and hit the trails. Like that, we are off on our way to Elma. So it is Labor Day 2024 today, and we're supposed to have a mix of sun and cloud and a high of 21. We have a little bit of a sprinkle right now, but all in all should probably be a pretty good day. We're going to loop out around Caledonia Mountain, stop for lunch in Alma, and then make our way back here to the Goshen Snowmobile Club. So, about our contest giveaway, like I alluded to earlier, somewhere in this video we'll be adding a keyword at random, and what you'll need to do is jot down that keyword. You'll need it to enter the contest, and at the end of the video I will reveal what we're giving away and how you can go about entering it. So, hope you all stay tuned enjoy the trip along with us today. We're going to track the ride. My friend Doug is with us today. He's got his tracking turned on, so hopefully if all goes well, we will have a GPX track to share with people who might be interested in doing this route at some point in the future. Okay, coming up to another intersection here, hanging a left, headed towards Alma, still on Trail 31. Still in keeping on Trail 31, we've come out here on Tommy Long Road, which is also marked Trail 31, and still continuing towards Alma. Looks like we're going to be pulling up onto a paved road here shortly. We'll see what that road is. Oh, we're just going to cross it. Looks like I see the other machines ahead of us. I didn't do a count before we left, but we do have quite a few folks joining us. We are crossing the Mitten Road. We're on the Mitten Road, so I don't know what road we're crossing. before the end of the day here. He's following along in his Quad NB app, and this section of Trail 31 is actually called the Howard Road. So far, it's pretty decent running along through here. We're moving along at a pretty decent clip, so with no major issues. And carrying on towards Alma. There is an intersection here that we're going to go straight through. And looks like Howard Road comes out to a paved road. Mechanic. And we just passed on our left Mechanic Road. Okay, so there's a sign here that says follow the trail to Alma, 871. And we're still on Trail 31 so far. So I would imagine at some point we're going to turn on that 871 and head up to Alma. Like I say, this is all new ground for me. Once again, playing follow the leader. But it is nice to get out and explore new trails. So really trying to bring some varied content. We are going to get Doug mic'd up here a bit, in a bit.
Much to his protest.
Much to his protest, he says. But since he is the co-pilot and has the app running to track where we're going, I'm sure you folks at home were curious about doing this run. And we're not following any necessarily Quad NB trails at this point. We're doing it all by snowmobile trail so far. If you want to do this run at some point, we're going to try and drop some tidbits of information here to get you from point A to point B successfully, hopefully. We do claim no responsibility if you get lost, though. So hopefully the app works fine to track today. Sometimes we do have our issues with Quad NB and exporting GPX files, but I'm sure a couple of the other folks here are tracking as well, so we're going to try and make a GPX file available to you. If you are interested in getting a GPX track of this run today, I'll let you know at the end of the video if we do have a successful one or not. And you can email dustytrailsanddronetales@gmail.com, and I'll send you a GPX track if we're successful. So keep that in mind, dustytrailsanddronetales@gmail.com. Okay, still on Trail 31. We're just coming up here for a little rest stop at Goshen Snowmobile Club number 28 and the Boyd Mountain Shelter. Park here and have a little break. Okay, so that was our little rest stop at the Boyd Mountain Shelter. So just chatting with some of the folks here. We're about 6 minutes from the Elgin store that has the restaurant in it. We're not heading that way today, but just to give you a general idea of where we're at, we're very close to Elgin at this point. So, Doug, what road are we on now?
I was just looking at the sugar bush over here.
Oh, okay.
McDonald Road.
So we're on McDonald Road. We're just making a turn here.
Off McDonald.
Off McDonald Road.
Still 31.
Perfect. Doesn't seem to be so bad so far, does it?
No, it's a pretty good trail, and that Boyd Mountain Shelter is amazing.
Yes, I will say that is one of the nicer shelters I've seen in a long time. I think the only one that's topped it so far is that Matco mansion out by Shediac.
That's why they call it a mansion.
I would say.
But this one is a testament to people respecting the property, taking care of it, cleaning up after themselves. The worst thing that was there was a bunch of wood shavings on the floor. Cigarette pack.
Yeah, there's definitely no damage done to the shelter and whatnot. When you go into some shelters, people have busted out windows and put holes in walls. And
Graffiti.
Yeah, graffiti is another one. But yeah, this one was really well maintained and clean, so I'm pretty impressed. Okay, we've got a little bit of a stream crossing here, so folks are going to make their way through one at a time. So, co-pilot Doug, where are we headed to?
This is the Paulette River on the Church Hill Road.
Okay. I've heard about the Paulette River run that they usually do in, I think it's the May long weekend. Usually I think that's more truck oriented, but not 100% sure. So we'll go through this little, across the Paulette River here and see you on the other side.
It's supposed to be very shallow-ish.
Oh, we will find out. A little bit of a sharp turn here. One of our friends, Andrew, from a few runs that predate the channel, he's leading the way today. So he's driving an Expedition ADV regular cab. So I'm assuming if there's any low clearance or tight spots, if he can fit through, hopefully we can fit through too.
Keep the video going. If I had a beer, hold my beer. Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, it's not bad at all. Very shallow stream crossing. A little narrow through here, but we'll make it.
Just wondering if it's an incline coming up the other side.
She's a little tight with the rocks here.
Oh, shit.
Andrew got through, so we'll get through. He's wider than we are, so we should.
You're good on my side. Don't go any further. Yeah.
And we made it through, no problem. How much did we make it by on your side?
That close. You started sort of, and it was like a half an inch.
Half an inch? Okay, well, half an inch is half an inch.
That's what she said.
It's got a little bit of a paved section here. According to the sign, this is Church Hill Road. Nice little bridge here. We made it through the water crossing with, according to co-pilot Doug, a half an inch to spare on his side and probably about the same on my side. We'll take that as a win today.
Mr. Marlin wouldn't make it.
Maybe not.
I think this is still 31 East, also 842.
Yep, so we're going to keep straight here, following the gang onto the Hillside Road. So we just finished up the Churchill Road, and this is called Church's Corner, according to the road sign on the way, or on the side of the road here. Feed her a little bit of onions on the pavement for once.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a little bit of pavement running now and again. Co-pilot Doug, there's a road off to the left and a road straight. What's this intersection for?
Off to the left, Raymond Bannister, and we're continuing along the hillside.
Okay.
We're going to gravel.
Yep, just leaving that paved portion. So yeah, we're say, we're just going to do some status updates, if you want to call it that, just so you folks watching at home, if you want to recreate this run, you can. Does it look like your ride is still recording?
Yep.
Perfect. So far, so good.
Everybody cross your fingers.
Maybe one day when we get there, if you make a guest appearance in the video, maybe once we start getting paid from YouTube, we'll talk about compensation then. But for now, this is all on the house.
Nice ride in air conditioned space. There's some compensation property.
Yep. Saves your thumb and saves your knees from bouncing around on your Outlander. So now we're crossing Kierstead Brook, according to the sign on the bridge. I'm surprised that DTI put a sign out here in the middle of nowhere, to be honest.
Anything DTI does surprises.
Okay, so we're going to turn off, make a left here off of Collier Mountain Road.
I think this is Blackwood Lake Road.
Blackwood?
Yes, sir.
Just got in the dirt bike through and let the other folks behind us get caught up. So on we go on to Blackwood Lake Road, and Andrew's got his turn signal on again. Looks like we're going to make another left turn here. Oh, maybe not. Turn signals are off now. No, they're just carrying on straight. I think he just forgot his turn signal on.
Well, he finally remembered to turn it off. He's not doing NASCAR anymore.
Is NASCAR all left turns or all right turns? I don't know.
Sarcasm is applicable.
Okay. Once we get a little closer here, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it or not on screen, but there is a windmill here off to our left, or our right. Yeah, our other left. And I swear, we're not drinking today. Not that we ever drink on the trails anyway, but about as hard as it gets is Gatorade or water. But windmill may be coming into view here as we round this corner up here.
There it is.
Somebody's got slow children playing out in the middle of nowhere, but
That's just girls telling your children slow.
oh, camp and a couple RVs set up. I can think of a lot worse spots to go camping, I guess. I'm not sure if we're going to catch that windmill on camera or not. I don't like to grab the camera and film as I drive, so I guess we'll find out once this hits the airwaves.
See anymore. That's it.
I can see another one up here off in the distance. So if we can pick up that one, we will. So let's get a little closer and pick this up again. So we just saw one on our right here that didn't get picked up on camera, but there's another one here dead ahead. Might be able just to see the blades rotating. I think Doug got a picture of the one that was off to our side that we couldn't see. But looks like we're going to make a turn here.
Oh, there we go.
There's one here. A couple of windmills here. They're pretty cool. Their size is quite impressive, I will say that. So we'll get on with the rest of the tour here and follow the folks. We're riding along some more windmills here where we turned off to the right. Sort of see them here on the right of your screen. And, we'll see what we see once we're around this corner as well. I would say, judging by the power lines coming alongside of them, that these windmills are operational. There we go. You can see the power lines there, and there's another couple of windmills here. I'll say this is the first time I've ever been up close to a set, and I can see more off in the distance here, so it doesn't look like we're going to go by those ones perhaps. Doug's playing tourist instead of co-pilot, and
Get pictures. I'll share.
okay. So we'll throw some of those pictures up here on the screen too as we travel along. But I would say this is an operational wind farm. We've got a couple more windmills up here, so we're still traveling through the wind farm, and I'd still say we're in the vicinity of that Black Lake Road, was it?
Couldn't tell you. It's a web now. Spiderweb roads.
Okay.
All probably through it.
So if anybody knows what the name of this wind farm is or where we're at, pause the video now and drop it in the comments. I'd be interested to see what the name of this wind farm is and exactly where we're at in terms of our progression between Elgin and Alma. The roads in here to the wind farm are pretty good, so it'd be a nice run for folks if you wanted to come check these out. way through the wind farm, and these windmills are marked Trans-Alta. Like I say, don't really know if that's the farm operator or the windmill manufacturer. In the comments, if you wouldn't mind sharing a little bit of info on these, that would be awesome. Just, I don't know how well the camera's going to pick this up, but you can see the shadow of the blades turning on the ground and in the trees here. And here's another cluster of 4. Get a true indication of their size until you're pretty much upon them. These are massive.
Boatmobile can park inside when comfortable.
Yes. So Doug typically refers to this as the boatmobile, probably because the Ranger does look a bit like one. Her official name is Betty White because she is Ghost White, but the folks around the campground call her the boatmobile because of her shape. Around in this thing, but there's a sign here for the main exit of the turbines. We're going to branch off on a trail here. Oh, there's more of them off in the distance. They're just scattered everywhere.
This has got to be the Camp Hills Wind Farm. Consider we just passed the Camp Road.
Okay.
Survey says.
Survey says. So, yeah, if anybody can confirm or deny Doug's theory in the comments, please do so. So we're still on Trail 31. I believe before we head to Alma, the chatter around amongst the group was we're going to head to the lookout and then finally make our way towards Alma. This may very well be the lookout coming up here, I'm not sure. So we'll pick up again in a little bit to see if we're actually on the way to the lookout or not. But still on Trail 31 for all of you folks still watching at home and wondering where we're going. So we got a couple of lookout signs here. Crooked Creek Lookout, 22 kilometers. Lumsden Lookout, 18 kilometers, and we're heading towards that way. Signs, if we turn left, say we can go to Salisbury in 40 kilometers. Point Park is 60 kilometers, and now we're heading towards Hillsborough. And still on Trail 31. Still have all the group with us. So far, so good.
What are acceptable losses? 10%?
Oh, I don't know. What do the rules of war say? Is an acceptable amount for what's the term?
Acceptable losses.
Acceptable losses or casualties of war? I don't know. Let's go for 0% loss today. How about that?
Oh, you're so kind.
I know. That's why I'm doing a giveaway at the end of the video too. First giveaway, and I will tell you that the value in the grand scheme of YouTube giveaways is probably not the biggest, but for our first, value is in excess of $100 Canadian, so I think it's better than a kick in the teeth and a good way to in here in a bit. And we'll probably do that at the lookout. So we are still on Trail 31, and we just saw a federal government sign, it looked like, that we're entering a protected area. It's the Caledonia Gorge, and we've been descending quite a while here, so I would say we're pretty much near the bottom of the gorge. But it is quite a nice trail through here, even though it is a tad on the rocky side. Kind of makes us feel like we're in the St. Martin, Sussex area again. But it's got its good sections, so really no complaints here. Quite a nice drive through here under the trees. Looks to be a lot of evergreen, so with a little mix of leafy trees as well. What did you say? Deciduous trees. Okay. Yes.
Color commentator.
Much appreciated. That might be an okay fall run. Not a huge amount of color through here, but just enough to make it really, really nice. So maybe we'll put this on the list to come back again this fall. It might not be fodder for another video because, well, you know, today you've already seen that, done that. But you know, if you want us to do this run again in the fall, then let us know. Pulling off here to a little bit of this area. So we'll pull in here and maybe a little bit of a bio break. So we're doing a little bit of a rest stop here, overlooking the Caledonia Gorge, and off there in the distance would be the Bay of Fundy. So, you know, we're getting close to Elma, I would say. Our rest stop for lunch for today. And so this is the little lookout that we mentioned that we were going to stop at. It's quite a view and definitely quite a gorge here. Okay, Andrew, so where are we and where are we going from here?
Well, we call this Caledonia Gorge Lookout, I think. So once we leave here, we're going to follow a switch back down the hill. When we get to the bottom of the hill, we're going to turn right instead of going left back to the Caledonia or Sensba Snowmobile Club. We're going to turn right, go to Riverside, Albert, through a covered bridge, and then we'll cross the new Bailey Bridge they put in to make access to Riverside, Albert, which is one of the premier snowmobile trails. And once we hit Riverside, Albert, we'll stop and then do a little asphalt running and hit the back on the New Ireland Road and head towards Elma.
So we just left that Caledonia mountain lookoff, and we're going to do this switch back down the mountain here that Andrew was talking about. So we'll just let the camera roll here and let you enjoy the scenery down through this switchback area.
And when you say mountain, it's very steep down there.
Yeah, let's not go off the edge, shall we?
Nope. Your side probably said doesn't count.
No, either way, we'd be going arsehole over tea kettle. And here's our first switchback turn coming up here. It's got quite a bank to it.
And then you say something about a covered bridge down there too?
Yep, we're going to stop at that scenic covered bridge. I think that's about 10 minutes out. But like you said, covered bridge in the middle of nowhere. We'll take a little bit closer look at it, see if there's a date on it, see when it was built. But really, if you look at where the covered bridge is, apparently, you got to wonder why they built the covered bridge, where they built it, and where the heck they were going. So I'm just looking down off to my left here, and I can see the other machines way down on the trail. And it's a good couple 100-foot drop from there. So this is one of those instances where the camera doesn't really do things justice. Give you an idea of how steep the descent is, but we're coming down a pretty good rate. Absolutely Italy. And when you make the turn, the front end of the bus, the wheels were quite far back from the front. They would, the front of the bus would go out over the edge of the switchback turn. That was a little bit interesting. At least we don't have that issue today.
Bucker reducing the call.
Okay, sign here for a one-lane bridge. Sort of see it through the trees up here on our right. Can't see it yet, but wow, this is really nice here too. This would be a great picnic spot.
Settled a little bit to the side.
Here we go, through the bridge. Coming up the other side. So we'll pick up back with you guys again here in a moment once we get to the covered bridge. So we're probably 10 minutes away, or for you folks watching at home, right now. We're just coming up on an intersection here towards Caledonia Mountain in Hillsborough. If you hang a left here, you'll end up in those directions. So we're hanging a right here. Still on Trail 31. You can see the sign there. We just passed it. Signed in red. This will take us to Riverside, Albert, up by broadleaf guest ranches out there. So Riverside, Albert is very close to Elma. So we're about an hour or so away from Elma at the moment, depending on what sort of pace we can keep. Yeah, very sweet trail, I would say. I'm quite liking the ride through here for sure.
It's just like it seemed like it over. Don't have to go over.
Yeah, no, it's definitely to come back to again. Just follow the GPX tracks. There's Doug, you've been looking on the map here as we've been going along. It just looks like there's some easy roads in this area, is there not?
It's not too bad here. There's one track around the wind farm here. That was the wind.
So, are we on a road right now? Is there a name to it?
Creek Road, I believe.
Okay.
Parallels the stream.
So one of the things we learned today off camera when we were stopping at the lookoff is I wondered why some of the signs were red and some of them were blue and whatnot. And in New Brunswick on the snowmobile trails, you have premier runs. So these are like must-do trails in the province, and they're all signed in red. So what I understand, what I've been told, is that the Southeast New Brunswick Snowmobile Association operates in this area, and they have 4 groomers that run these trails constantly. So if you're here in the winter and you're a snowmobiler, this will be some of the best trails in the province that you can encounter. So Trail 31 we've been on today, a little bit rough in some spots for side-by-sides and ATVs, but all in all not bad. So I can just imagine with the grooming how good these would be in the winter. Just a couple of folks walking their dogs. One's a Boston Terrier. A little fact you didn't know about us, we have a Boston Terrier as well. So you can maybe pick up on screen, or off the screen, we're at a creek here, and this is the covered bridge. And it really is a covered bridge in the middle of nowhere. I'm just going to stop and grab a picture here. I'll let him do that. here's the scenic covered bridge here. Like we said, out in the middle of nowhere. There's no signage on it that I can see that denotes when it was built, but the bridge is in pretty good shape, and the creek is quite nice as well. So, judging by the age of these signs, they're hand painted, marked with DPW, which would be the Department of Public Works. So I would say this bridge has been here for quite a while. So it would have been nice to find a date sign on it, but we don't have that at this point. Okay, so that was the covered bridge in the middle of nowhere. Don't know when it was built, don't know where it goes or why it was built here. So if somebody in this area happens to know what the name of the bridge is, when it was built, why it was built even, because really the only place you could go is up the mountain that we just came off of, drop that in the comments in the interest of sharing some history. So our way, made a decision to avoid the extra time to going to Riverside, Albert at the moment. Just in the to getting some time. When I say book 10-15 minutes there. And this is a brand new Bailey Bridge that the Snowmobile Club put in. And from what I understand, it was to the tune of $400,000. So hats off to you guys if you can put that sort of infrastructure in on your trails. You're obviously doing something right. So that was a nice bridge over the creek there. So kudos to you guys. So let's see where we end up here in the next little bit. We'll pick you up again. So this paved section of road here is still marked as Trail 31. Into the Riverside Albert area. We're just not going to pop off into Riverside Albert. We're just going to keep on going. Everybody's got enough gas to get to Elma, so we're just going to keep on going here. But yeah, we're Riverside Albert. Profile Doug, are we on any particular road here at the moment? End of River Creek. Okay. So we're just going to have a little meeting point here. Sure the rest of the gang keeps up, catches up. There's a couple bikes behind us, and here we'll fire department. Yep, can't park here long. So we'll just let everybody else get caught up here, and we'll get it out of the way in case an emergency call comes in. Just gonna go through town of Riverside Albert here, not stop. Everybody seems to have caught up. So let's just take you on a little trip through Riverside Albert here, shall we? some looking on the map, and we're basically coming back up, on the back side of the wind farm we drove through earlier.
Yeah. It's a huge wind farm.
So we basically did a scenic loop on one side of the wind farm to come down through the Caledonia protected area and do that Caledonia look off. Then we dropped down into Riverside, Albert, and now we're coming back towards the Collier Mountain Road to eventually head down to Elma. So we're going to pause here for a moment to have a little rest, and we'll pick it up back here again shortly. So we just left the Kent shelter, and just behind the shelter here, maybe 100 feet away, we just turned onto Trail 881. Once again, another snowmobile trail, and we should be in Alma in about half an hour. So that'll be our next stop. We don't have any planned stops between here and there. So we'll pick up some random footage here along the way so you can see the drive. We're coming through the wind farm again. More windmills here just up to our right on your screen. And we'll keep on going. Up ahead here, as we approach Alma area, coming down off a hill, and you can see the Bay of Fundy off in the distance. A little bit of a paved section here as we descend through that area. Just thought I'd share that view with you from up above. It's check-in with co-pilot Doug time. So, what's the name of the road we're on now, Doug?
We just made it on the 45 road. It's right down to the 114. Hopefully we're going to take a side road so we don't have to run down Main Drive.
Excellent. So 114 is the road that runs all the way from Riverview back through Fundy National Park and comes out at the Goshen Club where we launched this morning. And there are parts of the 45 road that we can't access because it is within park boundaries. So the part we are on is okay to go.
Looks like we're officially hitting the 114.
Okay. So we'll turn right onto the 114 here and run up that road a little bit into Alma. So we'll pick up again once we get into the Alma area. So we are now entering the Village of Alma. It's a pretty little village on the Bay of Fundy, just as you enter Fundy National Park. So far today we have done 93.5 kilometers. Everybody's still with us. So we'll take down a little drive through the village here. of Alma does see a lot of tourist traffic in the summer, and it can be quite a busy place. And we are going to pull into the Muddy Rudder here and have our lunch here. Okay, so we have had lunch. We had a slight change of venue from the Muddy Rudder. They couldn't accommodate a group our size, so we ended up going across the street to the Tides restaurant. It was good food, so if you're in the area, I would recommend going there. It was a good meal, reasonably priced, and we came out to a Dusty Trails and Drone Tails first, a flat tire. So got a little slice in the sidewall, patched her up as best we could, and we're going to make our way back and probably have to stop a few times to put air in it, but we'll see how we make out. So hang on for the rest of the sketchy ride, perhaps, with the tire condition, but we'll get that tire changed out once we get back before the next ride. So leaving Elma here now.
farther in towards the park, covered bridge, and we're going to go with that.
Okay. And a couple of folks needed to have a quick bio break along the trail, so dug it out, checked the tire. Tire report is we're good. Okay. 3 or 4 plugs later, 2 of which ended up inside the tire. We're still holding there. I'm not convinced we're not going to have to put air in between here and our termination point, but we'll see.
Just as long as it's longer and far between them. Half an hour for lunch.
Yep. At least we've slowed the leak, so not much we know. But Doug did a quick inspection on the other 3 tires, and surprisingly enough, the other 3 look good, but the one that has the slice in it has a bunch of cracks in it, so I'm starting to think it's just a crack that opened up. So we'll get that swapped out. So we're still holding air. We just stopped here at the 45 River, and here's our hanky repair. Bunch of plugs in there just to get us back, but as we mentioned earlier, you can see a bunch of cracks in this one tire, but the rest of them all look great. So anyhow, we'll replace this one and carry on with our adventures after that. View here from the little windows of the 45 bridge, and the river, 45 River, loops around here and then carries on down that way and in a bit of a gorge. So we'll take a look from the other side too. Here's the view of the river from the other side. The other side definitely has the more interesting view, but either way, from either side, it's pretty here. So that was the covered bridge over the 45 River and our hanky tire repair, but we're holding air. And of course, things happen in threes. So Jeff's razor, one of the sway bar mounts came loose, so my toolkit came in handy there. He's got that tightened up and good to go. And of course, when I went to put air in my tire, the hose for my pump split. So hopefully, they say bad things come in threes, and hopefully that's it for the bad today. But we still got some ground to cover. That was a little bit of a bump, but yeah, we still got some ground to cover, and we'll see if we make it back with 0 incidents from here on out. Yep.
New Ireland?
Yep, it all seems to connect together around here. So we're going to turn left here, head towards Shepherdie Road, let some folks catch up with us, and away we go.
little bypass, so we don't have to drive past park registration.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yep.
I'm sure we would be frowned upon if we showed up there and a bunch of side-by-sides.
On a federal road.
Yep. This little bypass road seems to be pretty good, though.
And it does turn into a smaller trail somewhere.
Okay.
Further up, if I recall. And it comes out to the Park Road 120.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to hang a left up here onto perhaps another trail. Yep, definitely a smaller trail.
A lot smaller trail.
Yep. Maybe a little bit rocky.
A lumpy, smaller trail.
This ought to be interesting.
Shades of the Ryan Farm.
Yeah, pretty much. It's definitely a path less traveled.
I think it's a sled trail, so you won't see much tire wear.
No. We'll just poke our way along, get back eventually. Maybe it was just that little section that wasn't the greatest, but we'll find out as we go along.
I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah, to be honest, me neither. I will say though, that with the rain we had yesterday, for the most part, the dust stayed down pretty good. So he shifted down into low, and I just did the same thing. Just kind of crawl our way through here a little bit, a little more power, a little bit more steady on the throttle. I would say we've definitely been on worse though, wouldn't you say, Doug?
Oh, hell yeah.
Not necessarily with the Ranger, but definitely with the Razor.
Yes, but we've done things with the Razor and the other bikes that you wouldn't do with this.
No. No, I would turn around.
Glad we're going to the left. It's swamp. It's a little interesting.
Yeah, I will like to stay out of the swamp. Although it looks like some people have gone through it. I will not be one of them.
How does Chicken Shine handle swamp?
We're not going to find out today on this episode of Dusty Trails and Drone Tales, in case you're wondering.
Hold on to your seats, folks.
She's a little narrow through here. And a little rocky.
Slight understatement.
Yeah, we'll call that the no shit Sherlock moment of the day, shall we?
100%.
by the Goshen Snowmobile Club, Wolf Lake shelter. We're not going to stop or anything. We've seen a few shelters today, but that's the Wolf Lake shelter. So we just went past the shelter at Wolf Lake, and now we're turning on to another trail here. Heads towards Caledonia Stream, and it's trail number 842, and that's snowmobile trail number. And we'll see where this takes us for a little bit. So here we are at the Grizzly Shelter on the Grizzly Trail, and I'm going to take a little walk over here and show you guys the bridge that we couldn't go over because of width.
And safety.
Oh, that's a good point too. It does look a bit on the sketchy side, but there was definitely no way we were making it across that without A, collapsing, B, knocking the sides off, or C, doing some substantial damage to the Ranger. So we left the Grizzly Shelter, and that was officially our last stop of the day. So now we're going to continue on back to the Goshen Snowmobile Club. Co-pilot Doug, what's our position?
Out in the painless void of YND map.
Okay, so yep, that makes sense given the fact that we're on a snowmobile trail that it's not going to show up on Quad NB. So hopefully we can generate a GPX file that'll be usable for folks if you do want to use it. But you know, all in all, today has been a great running day. The weather's been perfect. There's been very little dust, and you know, as of the last shelter, we have done so far today 132.3 kilometers. So it's been a mix of trails, to say the least. We've had some good, nice, wide open paved sections. We've had some good gravel roads that we can just cruise along. And we've had some muddy sections and rocky sections as well. So either way, we'll chalk it up as a win. And oh, look at this. Now we're getting onto a nice new section of road here that we can just feed her some onions and continue on. Looks like we're coming to the end of the Grizzly Trail here, and we're at a junction of Trail 842 and 843, so we're going to turn left here onto Trail 843 heading towards Sussex. 842 heads back towards Church's Corner. We were there earlier today. Church's Corner had the two churches at the intersection on a paved piece of trail before we turned off on another one. So this is all basically big loops through here that you can do, So you've been watching since the beginning of the video. We've made it back to St. Martin's, and now it's time to do our contest giveaway and talk about the rules thereof. So the folks at Chicken Shine have sent us a 32-ounce bottle of cleanser, shampoo, and shiner, along with the spray nozzles for the cleanser and shiner. We're going to throw in a couple of Dusty Trails and Drone Tail stickers, a couple of large ones and a couple of small ones. You can share them with your friends, stick them on your machine, whatever. So to enter the contest, you have been watching for the keyword that was displayed at random at one point in the video. What you're going to do is you're going to send that keyword by email to Dusty Trails and Drone Tails, all one word, at gmail.com. And as a bonus for new subscribers, if you want to double your chances to win the prize pack, send your YouTube handle name. It's usually at something, and we'll verify that against the notifications we get just to make sure that everything is fair and legit for everyone. And we will double your chances in the draw, so that'll give you 2 entries. What we'll do is we'll notify the winner by email to the email address that you sent us the keyword from. We'll get your shipping information. We'll have a video on the channel of who the winner is when we do the draw, and we'll get that prize pack out to you as soon as we can at absolutely no charge to you. So the contest will be open until September the 30th, 2024 at midnight Atlantic time. We'll do the drawing a couple days after that. Get in touch with the winner, let you know, post a video of the drawing, and the contest will be open to residents of Canada and the 48 continental United States. So on that note, we're going to wrap up this video. While you're here, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Takes about a second of your time. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It takes another couple of seconds of your time, and you'll be the first to know of any new videos that are released on the channel. So until the next time, my friends, may your trails be less dusty than they were today, and that your drones may remain airborne to tell the tale, and keep everything rubber side down. Thanks for watching.